Yeah. We're coming to Portland in June, right? Portland, Oregon in June. I think it's Friday, June 24th. Yep. Oh, are we live? Oh, hey, everybody. I was just enamored. Minnie looks fantastic. Quick shot over to Minnie, please, Chris. Is she adorable? Woo. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my stick. Minnie is the star of the show today. Hey, everybody. Guess what today is?
Friday.
Woo! And that means it's Festool Live Day, but it's also Festool Friday. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who's going to celebrate it's Easter weekend, right, Min?
Yes, sir.
So we're celebrating here today at Festool. It's called Bows and Bonnets Day.
Bonnets and bow ties.
Oh, bonnets and bow ties. So Minnie, check out Minnie's bonnet. That was made by Dessa. And look at the lights. Isn't that springy? God, I think she's going to win. Okay, and she's got a bow tie. And she's got the famous Festool employee jersey. See, it's got her name on it. It's number 20, which is a great number. Why? No, because it's my birthday. All right. Hey. Yep. Okay. So everybody, welcome. We got a heck of an episode for you today. Sparky is on fire. Sparky's got a bow tie on. Whoop, 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 whoop. Did Sparky get up? All right, Sparky. All right. That's the most excitement I've ever seen. We have Big D over here. Okay, he's on the board today. He's the camera monitorer. Is that the right word? I guess monitor. He's got his bunny on. And Chris has got a bow tie on, kinda, or he did earlier. So he's part of this whole gang. And we also have Brent Shively. He is on answering your questions online. He's got, and we are, and he's part of the Build with Brent series, and that is on YouTube, where this will live afterwards, and also on Facebook and Instagram. I always want to call that out. Festool Shop Talk, we just completed one this week. It'll be when are we going to have that on? Next week? Tuesday is number 15. If you want to check this out, it was with Jess Crow from Crow Creek Design. I want to call all that out because I want to get down and dirty and start talking about the Domino trim stop. Now, throughout the course, and by the way, this is episode 92, so the other 90 episodes I may have talked about or utilized the trim stop, but I want to do a little bit of a deep dive on it because people have been asking, hey, what's this piece that comes in a Domino sustainer set with either the 700 when you buy a set or the 500. So I'm going to mention that really quick. It works with either the 700 or 500, the XL or the regular. Today, I'm going to probably use the majority of the time on the Domino 500 because I'm going to step through on how to use it, how to set it up, and how to actually lay out your material to make it effortless. So, what do you use it for? You use it for production work. You can for production work. When, say, you're doing some rail and style work where maybe you have an offset like this for like an arts and crafts style table or wherever, or something you're doing or building like a balustrade on staircases or whatever. Okay, and it's pretty simple because what it is, it's a holding fixture for your domino, and it fits on the plate. So if you don't remember some of the episodes that we've done on the domino, I like to define the domino like this. This is the base, okay, the square part, okay, and this part here is the plate. Okay, I've seen people try to take this and put it on the base, and it's kind of awkward. And by the way, it doesn't work. Okay, it goes on the plate. So when you're setting it up, it's pretty simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something simple. I got some material that's kind of laid out, but I'll go through some more layout with you, and you're going to understand a lot of reference points on the domino as I go through this. So I am going to we're going to just do this. These are my center lines right here. I did the layout earlier. I always want to make sure I lay out both of them at the same time, right across like this. Okay, but we're going to put two pieces on here like this, and like this, and like this. Say we're just doing a quick whatever. Okay, so pretty simple. I'm going to set that aside. Now, what if I have 50 of these? Okay, and I'm trying to balance, watch, look, I created a center line here, and I'm trying to balance a domino like this to plunge in. I mean, I'll have it clamped and everything, but I lay out a center line. I don't want to do all of that. I want to knock these out quick. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the trim stop and I'm going to describe it to you. It's independently adjustable fences. Okay? Just like this. It's not self-centering. There's actually a scale here, okay, that will get you close to where you want to be. And there's a little white arrow to show you the setup. That's not how I set it up. I like to take a piece of the wood, and this is 50 millimeters. Hey, Minnie, let's do a little bit of metric. What is half of 50?
25.
Woo! Mrs. Metric is in the house. So what you do is you just take it out, and I laid this out pretty quick and I set it at 25, and I laid out a center line and just verified it from either side. So there's 25 right there. So that's my center line. Pretty simple, right? So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my referenced faces. This is one of the most important things I've taught people over the years, because if you have 50 of these, you got a 50 stack like this. You don't want to start and make sure that in other words, you just want to grab this as you're going and know that's where you lay your plate. Follow? I'm hoping. Always mark your material. So I'm going to take my trim stop and I'm going to slide it on. Okay, and if you can see this, there's a little ledge right here that slips right on. And I'm just going to bring it back on like this. Now, you have these two parts here, and there's a little recess in here. Are you getting this, Big D? Okay, Big D's got it right there. Okay, and when you take that, it locks it on like this. So I'm just going to tighten it up. Okay, what I'm going to make sure of is this is 20 millimeters thick. 3/4. So you all know that when I set this up, I like using this gauge block, and I set the 20 in the middle, and I set it down. That's the thickness of my material in there. And I'm going to make sure I'm at 90. So when I flip it over, and I'm going to grab the XL so you can see this. On the base, scribed on the base, you'll see a center line. See it? Okay, it's defined a little bit better. This domino I've been using for many, many years, and the base is kind of scratched up, but I don't know if we can see it, but as I rake a light, you can see there's a scribed center line, and you'll have that on your Domino 500. But there's several ways to do this. If we look right here, see the point? That's the center line. I'm going to bring that up. That's the center line of the cursor, but you also have this scale. So I'm going to bring it in, and I verify it several ways. I'll start here, but I bring it down to the cursor, and I'll just take this and bring it in like this. And then I'll come over here, and I'll bring it over, and I'll bring the other one in like this. Okay, and I'm also looking right down the throat of the trim stop, and you'll see if I have that. That's on the 25 line, and that's on the 25 line. So that lined up absolutely perfect. And that's as simple as it gets. Now, what I also like to do is take it like this, and you can see how it lines up top of the cursor here, and it lines right up absolutely perfect. So there you go. I'm ready to go. I'm done. The domino is set up. Now I can just knock these out as long as I have my referenced pieces like this. You'll notice when I was doing these yesterday, look, see? There's all my references right here because I know where my lineup is. I knocked those out in less than 2 minutes. I timed it when I was doing it. Okay, next. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take this, and once again, I could line it up like this, but see this? The base is going to hit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it out, and I'm going to set this over here just like this, because I want to work off of the table, and I'm going to get a clamp on here. So that's my stop. I'll do it nice and safe. I have a 5 millimeter bit on here. I checked, but let me check again just to verify. Always do that when you're using a domino. Just make sure, yeah, that's a 5 millimeter bit, because the 5 millimeter's got like a little fluting right there. I'm going to take it and put it on like this. I got my height of my fence set, but I'm going to be using a 5x30. Minnie, what is half of 30?
15.
Woo! There we go. So I'm going to set my plunge depth at 15. Follow? And it's this simple. I'm going to grab my plug-it cord and dust extractor off of my ETS. I'll bring it right in like this. And remember, before you put your plug-it cord on, always make sure it's cycled off. And here we go. And once again, I'm going to plunge. See, there's my... Chris, I ever show you a picture of my X? Never mind. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to do them tight. And I'm going to do a nice steady plunge. Now, there is a reason I always mark my boards. Because you don't want to do this. There's a tendency to do that and flip it. Okay? What you want to do is helicopter it around. Okay? That way there, I am referencing the plate of the domino on the consecutive faces or the proper referenced face. And from now here, you can just wail right through it as long as you're clamping it properly. Always remember, make sure that plate is sitting flush on that reference face and plunge at a steady rate in line. Cool. Minnie, you're already on the other side?
Oh. This is a teaser. It was a Welsh rabbit.
Oh, Welsh Rabbit's on?
She told us where the name came from.
No way.
Wait, she called into customer service and said, "Tell them Welsh rabbit called."
That is so cool. Okay. So there you have those two pieces. And look at that. Look at that mortise. It's perfect. I shouldn't say perfect, right? Maybe I should. Accurate. Okay, so see how quick that can be? Next, let's do the final layout on these pieces. Now, these are going to go in here. And this is where I see people struggle. That's why I wanted to do that today. Because it's you understanding the references of the domino. So hopefully you've understood this over the years. The distance from this base to the center of the bit is 10 millimeters. So I want my pieces here right in the middle. So what I did is I did this. Ooh, Sparky. Hey, I think that's the first time I heard Sparky back. Okay, Sparky, do you remember what depth? 15? Okay, good. Okay, so look, I'm just going to lay these out. These are my center lines. I laid these out just to speed it up a little, but I'm going to take another measurement on here. Okay, and Big D, can you get right in here, hopefully? I'm going to take this, and this, well, you know what? I'm going to try to take it like this so Chris can get it. I'm just going to mark this one, okay? This is why I like using this folding rule. The distance from the base to the center is 10 millimeters. So I'm going to lay out my 10 millimeter, and I always like coming right down here to make my mark right on the edge. See that? So I know that's 10 millimeters, and there's my point. And right here, I'm going to bring 10 millimeters or 1 centimeter. Okay, and make my mark. Just verify it here again. Make my mark right where I need it. So hopefully, Big D, you see that, right? So here's a little tip that I've used because I've done a lot of this over the years. I want to make sure that I know where the center line is and my layout line or my layup line. So I'm going to come right in here, making sure that those are even. And my layup line where I'm going to place my base, I always do a half mark like that. Follow? And I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. Always want to make sure I'm flush up against that stop. And I'll do my half mark. And you'll understand what I'm talking about momentarily. Remember when I said earlier that this is already set up? It is. Check this out. I'm going to take it like this, fold it up. And now I can take, see how that's also cradling it right here? Can you get a shot of that, Chris? See how that's cradling? It's supporting it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that. That's where I want my domino, okay? I measured 10 millimeters back. I'm just going to bring that in. It's really nice when your domino over the ears gets a slight polish on the base. You can actually creep right up to it and split the line. So whenever I'm setting up for a vertical plunge, I used to take this and go like this, and it would kind of plunge while I was turning it on. So Greg Pellini taught me this. Fantastic instructor. He showed me that he takes it like this, he supports it like this, and he pinches it on like this. Okay? It's just a really safe way to turn on a domino. So I put a lot of pressure here. I go like this, and I just got to plunge down. And then I'm going to do my next one. Look how that's right in the center. Now here's the situation I run into over the time. I always take a piece like this, because this wants to tip forward, and I slide it in to give me support when I do the next one, like this. And then I'm just going to slide that out and slide this over, making sure I hit that half mark, just like this, and bring it right in. You see how quick this can work for you? Just making sure that's sitting nice and flat. I'll bring it up to the next one. There's my center line again. I bring it back. And there we go. So, that's as simple as it gets. Right? I'm going to take that now. Remember the 10 millimeters? And remember when I had this set here, the plate at 20? Okay, to do these pieces, I know where my X is, right? So look, and oh man, I wish you guys, we had field of vision here. Look how flush that is. It's absolutely perfect. So that comes right in like this. This one comes right in, absolutely perfectly flush. Now, if you have a little bit of waver and you're not measuring to perfection, what you can do is put a little wiggle room in these with this setting right here. Okay, and then you have the maneuverability and you don't lose any glue line whatsoever. Okay, so I know where my mark is here, and I aim it this way toward the X's, and I just bring it in here. And look how easy that is. Okay, now, you ready? It's as easy as pie. No, wait for it, Minnie. Easy as pie? No. Easy? Okay, good. Wait a minute. Too easy? No, tough room today. Tough room. So that's about as easy as it gets. The other thing, and I think I showed it, there are going to be applications like with an XL, and I use the trim stop with the XL and the connectors, but I balance the trim stop from the flat part of this handrail. So when you bring the handrail together with the connectors, it's absolutely flawless. But I worked off the center line of the handrail, and for support and safety, I use the trim stop with the XL. And I hope you follow that. Always remember this. The offset on the XL is a little bit different. The distance from the base to the center of the bit is 15 millimeter. Now, I'm going to teach you something else about the dominoes, and hopefully I've covered this before, but maybe I didn't. On the Domino XL, to find the center line, it's right here. You see it right here? I'm going to actually darken that a little. And you see it's right in line with the pins, but when you do your layout, there's your center line right there. It's actually embossed in there. And you have it right here as well. Now, on the 500, it's a little bit different. And I don't know how many times we've done videos, or it's in owner's manuals, the supplemental manuals. But the center of the Domino 500 cutter is this little milled flat here. See it? And right here. So it's easy. The measurement's easy. Watch. The distance from there to the base is 10 millimeters. So if you're lining up something to plunge exactly in the center of something, vertically or whatever, or line up, say you're doing bevels, it's 10 millimeters. It's 15 from that center line. See that? It's 15. Where are you, 15? There you are. and you'll see the center. So your base has a reference when you want to lay it flat without the plate. Hopefully that made sense, and hopefully you know how valuable this is if you've never used it. So it's a great accessory that comes in the set. It's also available if you just bought the Domino Basic. And I can't tell you how many times we've done classes over the years where someone scratches their head and goes, boy, I sure could have used that last week, and I haven't. So there you go. I think I've covered everything that I needed to cover today. I don't even remember what next week's episode is on, but I know it's episode 93 next week. Do you guys get anything else? Min, you get anything before I call out where everybody's from?
I did not have to give Sparky a treat to have him sit up for the camera.
No way.
He just did it.
God, he's getting better. Oh, my God.
Somebody commented on that, and it was no treat involved in it.
Minnie, that hat is mesmerizing. Can you guys see the lights online with that?
Yes,
On the video?
such a good
It's so cool, man. That's real creative. Okay. Hey, Chris,
I'm still ready.
look who the first person, the state they're from. How do you pronounce that? Illinois. You're so cool, Chris. The unit. All right, everybody. Here we go. I'm going to start calling out everybody. Wow, Minnie, you're wailing today.
Do you see how I shortened things?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get me my second whiteboard.
Okay, it's on its way. It was in a meeting. They needed it. Okay, hey, that's Joe from Illinois. Springfield. Is that Oklahoma? Minnie, O-K-E. O-R-E. Springfield, Oregon. Patton, Pennsylvania. Zionsville, Indiana. Hey, that's not too far away. Des from Harrogate, England. Mike M. from Austin, Texas. I know you, Mike. You've been reaching out. Thanks. Warsaw, Poland. That is so cool. Matt from South Africa. George from Naples. Is that Naples, Italy, Minnie? Or Naples, Florida? Okay. Chris from Malta. We know that's over there. How you doing, Christopher? God, we're trying to get over to see you on a Festool Live. Jeff from Maryland. Leicester, England. Ian. Mr. Harrison. Call out from East Yorkshire. How are you, brother? Neil from Wheatfield. Blake. How you doing, Mr. Weber from California? Novato, I believe. Kurt from Wisconsin, Southern California, Yazoo, Suriname, Joe from Ohio, Spark Trishan, that's you, Willie, brother. Mark from the Netherlands, how you doing, mister? Michael from Alberta. Yeah, Alberta. Robert from, hey, guess where Robert's from, guys? Delaware. All right. Dan from Arizona, how you doing, Dan the man? James from Kentucky, Todd from Ontario, Ira from Colorado, Michael from Upper Austria, Anthony from Staten Island. D-Dog. I love that. D-Dog from Ontario. Jeff from Indiana. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Mark from Michigan. Sully from Massachusetts. Kurt from Michigan. Dana from Washington. Johnny O from New Jersey. Brent from Kentucky. Tom and Kelly, we love you, from Georgia. Andy from Ontario. Stefan from Ontario. Ed from Georgia, Larry from Arizona, Dirk from Dayton, Warren from Ohio. It was that Warren, Ohio. Batavia, Ohio. Rob from England, Warren from Idaho, Mark from England, Dale from Swaddling-Coat, South Wales, Mike M. from Illinois. Okay, Tudor, France. Maybe I'm terrible. Tudor, how are you? Good to see you. From France, Marcus from Vienna. Goodness gracious, this is global. Matt from Ohio. Jeff from me. No, that's Maine, I know. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. Henrik Wolf, 2020 Sweden. Whatever that means.
No, wait.
What? Okay, Henrik?
Heinrich, yeah.
Heinrich?
Oh, Wolf. Zolo. Remember Zolo from last week?
Yeah, Wolf from Solo. How are you guys from Sweden?
It's his shop dog, Zolo.
Oh, Solo. Woof. Oh, Wolf.
There you go.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay. Oplo, Netherlands. Uplo. O-P-L-O. Oh my goodness. I love this. By the way, thank you for telling us where you're from. This is one of my favorite parts. Ooplo, Netherlands. Michael from France. Something Woodsman. What is it? Warped Woodsman from Oregon. Monty from Connecticut. Thomas from Illinois. Jason from Washington. Dan from New York. Jim from Michigan. Brad from Indiana. John from VT, Vermont. Paul from the UK. Swing that around and don't hit Sparky, Minnie. Oh, okay. Manjo from India. Wow, this is so cool. Kasaba, Hungary. Joe from U.S. Tool and Fasteners. What's up, brother from another mother? Mike from Virginia. Kuno from Germany. Ed from Minnesota. Oronzo from Ontario. Marcus from Brazil. Maddie from North Carolina. Ram from California. Aaron from Western Australia. Good day. Garrett. Is that our Garrett?
That's our Garrett.
Mr. Garrett Sato. How are you, brother? Go Boilers or Boiler Up. Stefan from Scotland. Francis from Quebec City. Mike from Missouri. Scott from Colorado. And Welsh Rabbit, once again, calling her out.
Yes, she was awesome. I mean, it was so nice. She
Cool.
was a bit chatty today, too, which was nice.
How you doing? It's great to have you. Thank you for all your great comments you make. Welsh Rabbit, we love you. Okay, everybody. And in saying that, it is time to celebrate the Easter weekend. I hope everybody has a safe holiday weekend around the world. I just want to say, well, like I always say, thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. This is like the greatest hour every year, every week. Minnie, can you believe this is number 92? It's awesome. Thank you so much for all your support. We are going to be out there this year, and we continue to add dates. We love meeting you when we're out and about. It's fantastic. Thank you for all the kind words you send our way. Sparky, you have anything else to say, Spack? So I'm going to wrap this up and say, hey, everybody, have a great weekend and happy Festool Friday. That's a wrap from the Festool Live team. Woohoo!